Hello guys, everywhere don scatter. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in shock. As finally, Northerners are not joking about this division of Nigeria. They have made it very clear to him that Nigeria has expired 10 years ago. Northern Elder said Nigeria needs to be renegotiated or reformation, because Nigeria has expired. Now the question is it not the same Nigeria has expired that Northerners are saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be crucified because he said so? So you see, Northerners are now saying what Nnamdi Kanu said, that Nigeria has expired. These things have to be looking, or it should be looking into. You understand? Way forward. The convener of the Northern Elders Forum, NEF, and the former Vice Chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, ABU, Zara, Professor Nango Adulayi, yesterday declared that Nigeria was in a dire need of fundamental political and economic reforms as a legal instrument that established it as a country in 1914 expired 10 years ago. Adulayi, who stated this at the National Dialogue on a Homegrown Parliamentary System of Government held in Abuja, disclosed that the edits which led to the amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern protectorates by the British colonial authorities in 1914 was meant to expire after 100 years. He explained that when the British brought together the diverse ethno-lingual groups, they met on group and named the territory Nigeria. It was on the projection that the people would develop into a model nation state. According to him, the edicts setting up the country gave a time frame within which the country will grow into an indissoluble state of fail, and the groups go their separate ways. Nigeria was born in 1914. It was the product of the edicts made by the colonial officers that were largely military in consultation with a few of our elders, just 5 or 6 of them. These included the Sultan of Sokoto of that period, the Shehu of Borno that period, the Alafin of Oyo at that period, the Ogbon of Calabar of that time, and the other names that I have forgotten. Just 5 of them, they sat down and looked at the developments that were taking place in the colonized area, Lagos, the southern Nigeria, and the northern Nigeria. The north was conquered in 1903. So, by 1914, the colonial masters from Britain wanted to solidify their gains so that they could more easily exploit the resources of the colonial. That is how they sat down and decided that they would amalgamate the Lagos colony and the south and the north into one country. The wife of Lord Frederick Lugard, the Governor General at the time, gave us the name Nigeria, a name derived from the Niger area. In that indices, if you read it, it is very clear that we were being encouraged as people from various backgrounds to come together and build a nation called Nigeria. Our leaders at that time were encouraged to try, but we advised by the edicts that we should have monitored the progress over the years, but the life of the edicts was to last for 100 years. This means that the edicts expired in 2014, which is 100 years from its formation. But the question now is that this is 2024, and perhaps this kind of dialogue remind us that we have a history that started in 1914. In the conclusion of that NDC, it said that if we failed to build a country that we can call our own and be proud of, by the expiration of that period, the various components that were in that amalgamation could go their separate ways. Go and check. That is what you will find. The EDC tells us to either do what is right, or if we can't do what is right, we can decide to go our separate ways, he said. Apparently dissatisfied with the pace of the development in Nigeria since independence in 1960, Abdullahi lamented that 64 years later, Nigeria can only boast of 3,000 megawatts of electricity for a population over 200 million people. So he said that the current situation in the power sector is enough evidence that Nigeria had failed to live up to the expectation of its founding fathers. The dialogue featured several guest speakers who tried to examine the pros and the cons of the presidential and parliamentary systems of government, with a view to getting Nigerians to choose which one would be better for the country. So guys, I think this is a serious matter now to those people who are in the government, and people who do not want Nigeria to be divided. As you can see, Northerners are strong. Northerners are ready to make sure Nigeria is divided. They said it has expired, so there is no need, still being together is not working. So to you, do you think Nigeria is working? To you, do you think Nigeria should be divided? Please, let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you.